wrap up all the accounting and all that type of stuff. And so they wanted to set up a meeting, so in case there was any reserve fund transfers that needed to close out any of the accounts. But it turns out, the state law allows, in the last 6 or so weeks of the fiscal year, you can shift within the same budget item, and they were able to cover everything. So I found out like 3:44 that there was no need for a meeting tonight, but I had already had it posted and we can get rid of the other stuff. So no reserve fund transfers for us to deal with. So we have the meeting minutes from June 13th. The only correction that really stuck out for me on the June 13th meeting minutes is that it's Ken Talentino and not Jim Talentino. And then, so the initials would need to be corrected throughout the whole process. And what did I do with those minutes, Kevin? There they are. All right. Anybody else have anything in those minutes that?
Okay.
All right then, so can I get a motion to approve the minutes of June? Oh, go ahead.
So in the second paragraph, under the complaint, the second line says forwarded to all Finance Committee members June 23rd and states, I think it should say which states that the approach is consistent.
Oh, I think June 12th, 2023, and it just says and states that the Finance Committee's approach is commission, and you'd like to change that to and which states that the Finance Committee's approach is consistent with the open meeting law.
Actually, now that I reread it, I could live with the word.
Okay.
It was, okay.
All right, then, so the only change then is Jim to Ken and changing the initials therein?
Well, since he was absent, they shouldn't show up anywhere else.
All right,
I'll do a search.
yeah, I wasn't sure, but I did see that one thing. Okay, then. Any other comments? So, we'll take a motion to approve the minutes as, go ahead.
It uses the word "that" twice, and we're going to strike one of those.
Where do you see that?
It says it states that FC's approach is.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Yeah, we'll strike one of those, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that too. I just kind of read right over it. Okay, motion to remove is amended. Do I have a second? All right, yeah, he did, Jim did. You're
You
seconding?
want to second it? Okay.
Mike is seconding, Mr. McGlone, not Mike Hager, MM.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so and in this case, just so you know, if you haven't done, you will abstain because you weren't here for the meeting. So it'll be like yes, no, and abstain.
And we haven't even had decency to give him a copy of the minutes. To
Yeah,
read,
we
so-
didn't want, I didn't have anything. I feel like I'm short again, All right then, all those in favor? And you're abstaining too. And so it's 6-0 to 2, so we've got 2 abstentions. Great. So moving on,
So I'm going to record that as 7-0.
oh, it is 7-0-2, yeah, we were up 4-9.
With KT and Sean abstaining.
Beautiful. All right, I'm trying to move this along. Let's see, old business. New business. I did talk with Barbara in new business. She is wanting to hold that kind of meeting in the September, October timeframe to kind of discuss, the budgeting process and things we should look at. And I kind of keeping an open document. So if you have some points you want to have someone look into, research, things like that, send them to me in the next couple of weeks, and I'll make sure to get them. I wrote down a couple of things, one of the big problems we have now is we got a rather large budget, and compared to our 10 comparison towns we've been using and even local neighbors, we don't get a lot of state aid. We only get about 12% of our budget in state aid, and some others get bigger than that. So how do we increase state aid? How do we get more commercial and industrial tax base? Because if you compare us to Charlton, Charlton's got 4 times the commercial industrial tax base that we do. What's the incentive there? How does the economic development coordinator and all that process fit into attracting that? Is it something that's even on the Board of Selectmen's radar? Are they looking to see how revenues can be increased so we can afford the budget we're going to? Because we know, we looked here, we were $8,000 to the limit. Well, actually, after the town meeting, we hit the limit. So, you know, there's just not a lot there, so that's some of the points I threw down here. And so, but if you have things you think of and want to send along, I'll kind of put them together and we'll send them to Barbara, and that meeting probably happened September, October timeframe. So I just wanted to put that out there. Any other new business? All right, so where am I in the thing? Oh, wait, that's the other meeting. I almost skipped all over the stuff while people were here.
Your meeting done?
No, that's trails.
So it's public access. There is no public. So now we move on to the reorganization of the Finance Committee. So Larry, do you want to run that one and just
Yes, sir.
go for it?
Thank you. I move the nomination of Kevin Smith for Chair of the Sturbridge Finance Committee.
Do we have to vacate the offices first, or are they just done with the end of the fiscal year?
They just run out.
Yep, okay.
Second.
I move the nominations be closed.
Second.
Okay. So we have to vote on the nomination? Okay. So,
So, I forget how we, hang on.
go ahead, Mike.
We take a vote to close them and then a vote, there's two votes.
Yeah. All right, so
So that was Larry.
That was Larry and
Morrison
Kathy.
Neal. Yep, okay.
So any other questions or comments, or all those to move to close the vote? All those in favor? Okay, 9-0. So all those to vote? All those in favor? That's 9-0. Okay.
I move the nomination of James Waddick as Vice Chair of the Sturbridge Finance Committee.
Second.
Oh, let's make it
I
easier.
move the nominations be closed.
Second.
Okay.
It typically goes this way each year, just so you're aware.
All right.
I
All
had no
those in,
conversation with Larry.
all those in favor of closing the vote? Okay, 9-0.
So-
All those in favor? Okay.
Go ahead.
All those in favor of Jim as vice chair? There we go, 9-0.
I move the
So,
nomination of,
hang on, Larry made the motion.
Larry and Kathy again.
And Kathy Neal.
We're gonna go with that tandem.
Okay.
I move the nomination of Michael Hager as the Secretary Clerk of the Sturbridge Finance Committee.
Second.
I move the nominations be closed.
Second.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to write it, I didn't get there.
Mayor
You're back
Daley
in.
of Chicago was a good.
It's all Kathy, yeah, it's all Kathy. Larry and Kathy for all this. Make it easy. All right. All those in favor of closing nominations? That's 9-0. All those in favor of Mike? And there we go, 9-0. So we are officially reorganized. Now, the next thing on the agenda is adjournment. And Mike, we're going to do it in 9 minutes.
New record.
Mike wanted 15. So
I move to adjourn.
there we go. Do I have a second?
Second.
There we go, Kathy. All those in favor? Boom.
Isn't public
There you go,
service
9-0.
fun?
All right, very good.